Hi, my name is David Koram, and I'm with WiseEyes.co. The purpose of this short presentation is to show you how easy and powerful it is to use WiseEyes. Basically, WiseEyes transfers and convert all paper plans, spreadsheet document assets that you might have to a beautiful, very easy to use digital as-built. The process is basically based on the concept that we are getting different group of people to collaborate to have what we call a good design, good implementation, and happy clients that comes back again and again with more moves that changes or whatever that they need to do after we finish the project, creating recurring revenue, creating a method that we actually can have service contract for what we do. Therefore, it gets people that they receive the information at the beginning of the project, and we upload a floor plan, and we go on site and do a digital site survey. No more paperwork, no more large floor plans, no more uh, taking notes on sites that sometimes is not complete. We come back to the office, we use those digital assets, and we do a better design. We come up with proposals that looks good because it has templates, and then we win the project, and then we send part of this information on a digital format to our installer on their mobile phone, that they know exactly what they got to do. And at the end, we end up with a digital floor plan that is a live as built that the clients they access. Let's jump into it and see how it works. Therefore, a profile section of this WiseEyes is the place that one can go ahead and upload a floor plan and select some of the elements that needs to be in the site walkthroughs or a site survey. And I'm going to click on a note, and I'm going to go ahead and basically this particular client that the address and site contact is here, and we can assign our own people to the project. Um, we come down here and we upload a floor plan. In this case, I'm going to select an easy floor plan and come here. And the very first thing you see, this floor plan, and there is a red line. And what you do is you come down here, you simply drop this thing here, and you simply drop this thing here. And you say in US typical door is 6 foot. And this is going to be done North Building floor number 1, because it might be a floor number 2. By doing so, you already finished what needs to be done on profile stage. You pass this thing to the site survey. Your engineer technician, usually the technicians that you send out, or get this thing on a tablet. And when he is on site, he clicks here and basically open a survey. Very first thing he does is he comes back and he says that now he knows that in this particular site walkthroughs, he might have some Cat 6 cables, he might have some Cat 7 cables, and in this case, he's going to have Cat 6 cable, and he might even have some generic cable like data cable, Cat 7 cable. As an infrastructure, he says definitely there is an MDF, IDF on site. He knows that there is going to be wireless access points. He also knows from the camera point of view, is going to be an indoor camera and a bullet camera, maybe outdoor in this case. We can mention that all these icons, they have a database attached to it and more. And he might come and say that he believes that he's going to have a boom lift and other element that he can select. For example, it says there would be some phones and other desktop, maybe a TV, and sometimes he also likes to take notes and put it next to this element. Therefore, the icons are not only the gadgets that we install, but also everything else that helps us to do a better work. We come back to the survey here, and under the floor one, now that we open up this, you see everything we selected is right here. As you recall, this usually is going to be in a tablet side. Therefore, we are able to magnify this. And the very first thing we do is we know that there is an IDF somewhere in the building in the corner right here. We know that there is a camera here. Next to the camera, we have, say, we have another Cat6 cable. We know that we have a Wi-Fi here, and we also know we have another Wi-Fi here. We know we have a TV here, and we also know we have a bullet camera here, and in this case there would be a phone here too. As you notice, when we put a phone or we put the access point, let me in this case get rid of the the toolbar. We get elements already numbered, correct? In this case, we see we have one IDF, we have one bullet camera, we got, let me put this one here, we got Wi-Fi, and so on and so forth. The technician has many choices here. For example, as he start putting the camera here, and he's going to go to the toolbar, what he's going to be able to do is he's going to be able to say, we're going to want this camera to shoot 10 feet. And in this case, we want to make sure that it looks at this area. Okay? And also, if there is a Wi-Fi, he is going to say that this Wi-Fi is going to cover 360, and is going to basically the depth of this is going to be, say, 20 feet. I'm sorry, 360. You see, remember, we are in a walkthrough mode right now. We are not in a design mode. We go ahead and also do the same thing here. We put the element here we chose was 20 and 360. Here we are going to do the 360 and 20. And so as, let's change the color of this just a bit. Okay. And in this case, I'm going to change the color of this too. I'm sorry. I'm going to change the color of this too. And here, to get better, I'm going to also do this. Of course, I'm able to change the contrast that is going on. One thing is extremely important is that if I am in the camera side, I can easily get the information, what height is going to be, what is the wall type, and so I might be able to ask the technician for any, or the person that does the site survey, anytime is in a location that requires more things, they can do, say, some audio recording. For this camera, the wall is sheetrock, the ceiling is acoustic, and I'd be able to take a picture. I'm taking this using my desktop, therefore I'm going to put a sample here. Correct. And therefore now, what we have is we are able to have more information regarding this at the time of walkthrough, knowing that we have a tablet with us and be going around. There are many, many options. For example, here we want to know what's the distance between this and this IDF. We go to the IDF, we add a cable, and we come all the way down here, and we add another line and become this way. But we noticed there's air conditioning right up here. We have to zigzag to some extent in order to get to that area. And now we know it's 102 feet out here. Same thing we can do, and we can take all this information. In this case, we learn that, let me add this thing down here too. Seems like I touched the IDF twice, the IDF twice, and I can delete this. And now I have one IDF. And he goes and complete this thing as much as possible. We know later on in design, he forgot to put a cable here, put a cable here, but that we assign it. He's also able to go ahead and say in this location, he believes he needs a bone lift in order to get this guy to be installed correctly. Okay. Once this is done, correct, we go back and we push this thing in a design. On the design side, the same information comes in. Not one of our designers or sitting in an office is going to look at this. He sees what's going on here. He's going to go ahead, and first thing he does is look at. We know that here definitely we need a cable that was forgotten. And looking at this, if you want to make it architecturally appropriate, the triangle got to hit this area. And he's going to also ask, I'm sorry, he's going to go ahead and ask to do more of this thing here, correct? And that's cable number 4, and then cable number 5, and then cable number 6 next to access point number 3. And also clearly we need more of this here, and on and on and on. Once the design is done, the designer can easily go to the icon data. It says that I had one wallet camera, we had 3 access points, we had one TV, we had one phone, we have one IDF, we had this many Cat6 cable, we had, I believe, one indoor camera and one boom lift. Double check everything. Mm-hmm. He can go ahead and update all this information right here. And he can look at the pictures, he can look at whatever that has been taken in past and complete the design. Once the design is completed, he can pass this thing to the estimator, and he might be the same person as the estimator. An estimator's job is to go ahead and get this information. If you notice that this thing can be, the spreadsheet can be uploaded, and then there are templates for proposals that he can put those information in a pre-made beautiful proposal can be sent out. Once this is done and the project is signed off, we are back here, and you notice that right now we are in estimate mode, and we can pass the estimate to deployment. What happens when it goes to deployment, we see we are able to say whatever element that we have easily can be assigned to technicians of a kind. And the technicians, they can go ahead and go to each element, take a picture after they install, add test results, whatever that they are doing, and you know exactly in what day they started, what day they finished. And once everything is finished, we press and we go to digital as built. The digital as built basically It's a representation of everything that we did on site, all the change order that came with it, and everything else. And in this case, if our so-called clients, they need to, let me emphasize this thing. Okay, if they need to report that move the Wi-Fi access point to north side, they are in a digital as built. They can take a picture of the north side. They can leave an audio of what they mean. And when they say submit, you get an email. Of course, there is an indication of this, that there was a resolve. The report was sent. Is it resolved or not is up to you. The info is going to be here of what you have done with it. And as you notice, we are able to remove the picture and remove the cables. And what I mean from the cable is we were able to measure the cable in past, but sometimes there are too many cables being pulled that you don't want to get this thing cluttered. Going back to WiseEyes, you notice that we got some information. We got the floor plan. We updated the floor plan. We passed it to the designer after the site walkthrough or the survey, went to proposal, went to deployment, and went to client. In short, now there is no more floor plan with you as you go on site, only a tablet. That could be your unfair advantage as you do the site walkthrough with the clients. You take more pictures, you take more information. Everything is there before, and you be able to transfer all this information. And at the end up with what I call it live digital as built. And the live digital as built has many, many applications. Not only it can offer for data, voice, and information technology documentation, but for alarms, access point, camera security, POS system, is limited with your imagination. Icons, you can make it, we can make it, it's not a big deal. And also, this can be used in many different type of buildings. Remembering that once you have a more detailed site walkthroughs and surveys, the chance of being exact, the chance of having a success is by far higher. This also brings an opportunity for recurring revenue. And what we mean is, once you have a digitized format of the floor plans of different building and different clients, your client can see based on who you assign to only and only the as-built site. If a client has a building that is 8 floors or had 8 different buildings in different area, now with one click they can send you their request and information. We are adding to this module and this app. Your comments are welcome. Please contact us at hello@wiseyes.co or go to our website, and there are many ways that you can reach us. It's all here. You can schedule for a demo. And also, if you want to know more about this, there are 30-second videos of how every module works. It's very simple. Thank you for your time.